a very difficult question for you. And I've put you in this spot before. We kind of did this with Bill Paxton last month. If I asked you what your all-time favorite John Candy performance is,
Oh my heavens.
what do you got?
Um, I thought about it and agonized over it and then came back to my original response, which is usually the best answer anyway. I love him in Splash.
That's surprising. I did not think you were gonna go with a deep cut like that. A lot of people don't even think of him in Splash. So
He has a great he's a goofball and just a doofus through like 99% of the movie, and then he has a great scene where he's kind of scolding Tom Hanks, and I think about it all the time.
the fact that he's the younger, cooler brother of the two of them in that movie, and he's the ladies'
Yes.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. it's not an easy question to answer. I thought
It's not.
about
It's agony.
when I think of his filmography, like John Candy as a whole, I'm thinking lovable family man, hilarious, but still has to altogether be cool. Like you want to
Hmm.
hang out with him, you believe in him. I put all those things together, and it's Buck Russell from Uncle Buck.
Oh, yes.
Not easy. It's not easy. It's like I said,
It's
there's a lot of
it's
great
not.
performances. I'll tell you a go-to Candy movie for me growing up was the one where John Candy is about to face the most devastating experience known to man, the family vacation. So, Amber, with that, let's talk about a film by Carl Reiner, his 1985 underrated disaster vacation comedy, Summer Rental. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Johnson,
I'm Amber Lewis.
and this is a Film by podcast. Amber, kind of a big week. It's officially summer. What? The end of the week. It was what, like Thursday or Friday, I think. Whatever.
Yeah, let the games begin.
Yeah, I know. I know we're all excited to hit the road for family vacations. But before we get into Carl Reiner's Summer Rental, which I'm excited to talk about this one, it's celebrating its 40th anniversary. It's a 1985 film.
Wow.
I know. Before we get into it, though, I want to recognize several very creative people. A thank you, if you will. So we recently did this. Our 400th episode was this alternate universe Batman episode.
Oh
Which
my gosh, it was so amazing.
thank you. A very overwhelming response to this episode. I think a lot of people tuned in just because they saw the word Batman in the title, and then a lot more people tuned in when they realized what we were doing.
Hmm.
We went to the alternate universe to discuss the Batman movie made by Richard Donner in 1989, starring Mel Gibson and Robin Williams. Uh, I've been calling it a very much a labor of love. It took a lot of work to put something like that together, and you don't do something like that on your own. So quickly, I want to call out a couple people here. Jason Colvin from the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast. I have to give Jason the credit of having a conversation when I was in gridlock traffic on my way home one day. And we were talking about Batman. We were talking about the alternate universe and the what ifs. And we started talking about how cool it'd be if Richard Donner had, made Batman. Because Amber, as you'll recall, like last year, you and I did Richard Donner's Lady Hawk.
Yes.
And we talked about how he almost did, in fact, direct Batman. and it got me and Colvin talking. And the more this alternate universe video store phrasing kept popping up on our show, on the Show You Can't Be Serious podcast. I think it's popped up a couple times on the Docking Bay 77 podcast. It's like a shared term that we've all been using, and that's kind of, I credit Jason with inspiring me to do that episode, right? Uh, he's not alone though. We talked about in the alternate universe. We talked about where we got a lot of our information from the amazing book, uh, Dark Knight Silver Screen, um, written by the very incredible author Van Allen Plexico.
Yeah, I cried
Now,
real tears when I realized that is not a real book.
you were
But it's
not
a real
happy when I told you.
author,
Yeah.
but
You weren't
not a real
happy when you
book.
found out that it's not a real book, but Van happens to be a real life author, a friend of the show, and the incredible talent behind the White Rocket Podcast Network. So while Van has not written the definitive Batman book. He has written many amazing books. We kind of mentioned Miami Heist in the Batman episode, it being a
Yes.
movie. So yeah, definitely check out Van Allen's his page. I'm gonna link everyone's information so you can find these guys in our show notes. But moving on, we talked about the amazing theme, the amazing score by Chad Cochran in our alternate Batman movie. Chad happens to be a musician from the metal band Disomnia. You can check them out on Spotify. He's a very gifted composer, and he actually created an original theme for our alternate Batman movie. When I challenged him with this, he could not be happier. He was like, "Oh, give me a little bit of time. I can do this." And I got to be honest, the more I built this episode and worked it and edited, the more times I heard his theme, the more my brain started to accept that this is the Batman theme now. It's not Danny Elfman's. So,
It's
uh,
really good.
yeah, Chad, I can't thank him enough for taking the time to compose original music, record it, and allow us to use it for that episode. It was fantastic. And then finally, um, Brad Kozo, my best friend, the co-creator of the A Film by podcast, the original co-host who came out of retirement, much like Rick Moranis is doing for the Spaceball sequel.
Yes.
I Brad, we had a great time the first 3 seasons, um, and I always hoped that he would. I've always wanted him to come back and do something fun. And I thought the 400th episode, if I could get him there, I'd pitch this to him, and he was loving it. So I owe him a great deal of thanks. It's not easy to do something like that episode where you're basically playing a part, but you're playing yourself. And
Yes.
you know, I gotta tell you, if you want to if you want anyone to play Brad Kozo, you should definitely call Brad Kozo. I
Absolutely.
don't know if anyone can play Brad Kozo better than Brad Kozo. And he did an amazing job on the Batman episode. So my love and thanks go to him as well. Now, having said all that, Amber, let's get back to Summer Rental. Uh, Carl Reiner. This is the first summer film that he gave us. The second one being Summer School, which Brad and I covered a couple seasons ago. So you can check out our Summer School episode. We've got we give a pretty detailed conversation about Reiner, so definitely check that out. Other than that, I got a couple of facts for you, Amber. I got a fun quote. When you think of Carl Reiner, I kind of get a smile when I read it because I was reading it in his voice.
Yes.
So three things real quick. He did serve in the United States Army in 1942 as a radio operator. He chose to never retire and was working as an actor right up until his death at the age of 98. And this one's a little sad, but I just wanted to point it out because I mentioned Rick Moranis a couple minutes ago. The day before Carl Reiner died, he spent the whole day with his close friend Mel Brooks to celebrate Mel's 94th birthday. And I think my understanding is that they took photographs of the entire day and then like were uploading them to social media so you could kind of like follow along on their adventures.
Mhm.
Definitely, definitely great. Those guys were awesome.
If you
Um,
have never seen it, go on Netflix to Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee and watch the episode that Jerry did with the two of them. It is the most beautiful, amazing thing, and you will laugh until you can't breathe.
It's it's so good. I think I that's probably the best comedians in cars getting coffee episode, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
You've
mean,
got legends there, right?
yeah, there's a
Yeah.
bunch that I like, but that one is definitely the best.
You have to remember Reiner. He didn't start off directing movies. He didn't start off acting. He was behind the scenes on Sid Caesar. He was a writer, and I love that. Him being a writer. I love this quote. He once said, "I'm a charming coward. I fight with words." So, that's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Amber, let's talk about Summer Rental, which is like I said, celebrating its 40th anniversary. Comes out in 1985. I'm gonna guess that maybe there's some listeners that haven't seen this film. Maybe there's some that need a rewatch. But tell us briefly, what is Summer Rental all about?
John Candy plays an overworked air traffic controller who is put on a 5-week paid leave and takes his family to Citrus Cove, Florida, where he experiences hilarious mishaps and contends with an arrogant sailing champion.
This is one of those. Let's be honest. The plot isn't overly complicated. It's just a fun summer movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like they took over, if you talk to somebody about going on vacation over the years, they'd say, "Oh, remember the year that you hurt your knee, or remember the year
Mhm.
that we went to the wrong house?" And, not all of it would happen in one summer, but it happens that way for John Candy.
I find it very suspicious that a year later, One Crazy Summer comes out, and the ending to that movie is virtually the ending to this movie with the boat. Let's fix up a boat that can't float, and then we're gonna race it, and we're gonna win. We're gonna beat the unbeatable team. Summer Rental did it first. I love One Crazy
And
Summer. We
did it
covered it.
better.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We covered it on uh, D Graves from the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast joined me to cover that on our Patreon. It was one of our lost episodes of 1986. Uh, Earlier this year, um, D and Jason covered it on the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast. It was One Crazy Summer against Better Off Dead, which that's a sensational matchup. So go check them out.
Well,
I have a feeling I might say that a few times.
Dayton Johnson over at Docking Bay 77, he and I have an ongoing argument that he thinks One Crazy Summer is the better movie, and I think The Sure Thing is the better movie. So on our
That's a
Discord, that is, and on every now and then I'll be like, and you know what? The Sure Thing was better.
it's a tough call. It really is.
No, it's not.
I got to ask a question. Amber, who takes a U-Haul on vacation?
I am a notorious overpacker. I've never taken a U-Haul, but I'm always worried about contingencies, and I always somehow feel like there aren't stores where I'm going, so you have
I
to
get,
take everything.
okay, but I
But
guess okay. So here's the thing.
I
I
thought it
guess
was
as a
cute though,
kid,
because you kind of get the feeling, because he says like they haven't gone on vacation since their honeymoon.
yeah.
So he's kind of like, I want everybody to have a good time and have everything they need. And
Well, and the joke there, like because I'm like, as a kid, you don't really pay attention to this kind of stuff, but as an
Mhm.
adult, I'm like, wait, they've got the car packed, and he's got a four by eight cargo trailer from U-Haul hooked up. The hell's going on? He gets in the car. He's like, I know I'm forgetting, I know I'm forgetting something. And his wife's like, only the wallpaper, but we can buy some at the store when we get there. And you know, okay. Think about this though. They're going on a 4 week summer vacation. He's an air traffic controller who is just burned out, stressed out. His boss basically forces him on a 4 week vacation because he hasn't taken any vacation time, and that's a 4 week rental from U-Haul. I think about how much money he's spending just on that 4 by 8 cargo trailer to go live in a beach, an Airbnb, by the beach. It's just crazy. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't.
I don't know. There were five of us in our family, and there were at least a couple years where we had to get one of those like pod things that you put on top of the
Okay.
van.
I'm all in on that. I could see a family of four, a family of five. You got to have it all somewhere because they've got the family
Hmm.
dog in the back seat with them. Okay, a pod on, one of
Yeah.
those like things that goes
U-Haul's
on
a
top of
little
the
much.
a cargo trailer from U-Haul. That's pushing it. I don't know. Maybe
You've
if there's
clearly
a
never packed to go anywhere with children.
I have not, but listeners, if you have gone on a family vacation, an extended family vacation, and you're going to tell me that a 4x8 cargo trailer from U-Haul is, a wise investment, please email us, let us know.
Yes. I need to
I'd
hear
love
the
to.
story.
I want to hear the story. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to hear the story. Let's talk about this cast and crew. John Candy as Jack Chester. This is his first starring role in a film. He's been in a couple movies. He's always like the funny guy that shows up for a couple
Mhm.
minutes. But this is a John Candy film. 1985. He's paid $800,000 to do it. And Amber, I'm sitting here. I was just watching him because like John Candy's one of those actors that just he always looked the same age, no matter what year it was.
Mhm.
He's 35 years old in Summer Rental. That's hard to believe.
Yes.
That really is. Like I was like because he's like I've always known him as like a dad, in
Hmm.
movies. But when I think about a 35-year-old man with three children and a dog and a wife, it's like, no, that can't be. Like, it just can't.
Yep.
I don't know. What do you think about Candy in this?
I love him in everything. I've never seen him do anything. I might not have liked the movie, but I loved him.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Little tip there.
Yeah.
You've given me no indication that you're not a fan of this movie, but we're gonna get
Oh,
into that.
I love this movie.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
just
said
saying,
I.
no, I said everything he's ever done.
Oh, I thought you
Like,
said you didn't. You may not like this movie, but you
no,
love
I
him.
may
Oh,
not
okay.
like the movie that he's in.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So, like, you might not be a fan of Wagons East, but
Right.
you're
But I
showing up for
love
John
him.
Candy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Thank you for clarifying because I was not I didn't have Fight with Amber on the agenda,
Yeah, no.
and I thought I was like, oh,
Or
we're about
check
to
me for
yeah
insanity.
yeah. I was like, I thought we were zigging this whole episode, but I
No,
guess I got
no,
a
no, no,
zag.
no,
Okay,
no.
okay,
I
good,
love
good.
John Candy.
Here's
Um,
something here's something you can love about him. He gifts books to everyone on set to keep them busy during the downtime. The book he gives Karen, now Karen Austin plays his wife
mhm.
in the film. He gives her a book on photography, and she loves it so much, she picks up a camera and they incorporate it into the movie.
Yes.
So she's taking pictures throughout the entire film shoot. And if you watch through the credits, I'm sure you did, Amber,
Yeah.
all those
Are
Polaroids
those
that
her
we saw,
pictures?
those are actually Karen Austin's pictures.
Oh my
Carl Reiner
gosh.
loved it. She was like, "Oh, look at all these pictures from the past 7 weeks," and he's like, "I love it. Can I use them?" And yeah, so those are the real because like when you watch it, you're like, "Wow, the wife, the mom, like she's not in any of those." But then it's typical,
Hmm.
like Amber, you're every
Always
time you go on
taking them.
vacation, you're always taking them. You're never in them, right?
Yep.
Until the very like towards the I think the end, there's one shot where it's like hey, let's do a
Hmm.
group shot, and they have the camera set up, in front of them.
Yes.
I just think that's amazing. More amazing. 1985. This is a big year for Candy. Summer Rental, his first starring role. He's also in Brewster's Millions and Volunteers.
I don't remember him in Brewster's Millions.
Well, oh, he played Richard Pryor's buddy. He was the catcher.
Oh gosh, I don't remember that at all.
Oh
I just
wow,
remember
you gotta go back and
Richard
watch it.
Pryor and the actress that
Yeah,
was the accountant.
yeah. So
I
remember
remember the two of them.
Brewster.
I don't remember really
Yeah.
anybody
So
else.
remember Brewster's the pitcher for the baseball team.
Yeah.
John Candy is the catcher. That's they got
Oh
like
my
that's the battery.
gosh.
When we're in like the mansion and they're playing catch and John Candy has like that. He bought him like that catcher's mitt, gold like 24 karat catcher's mitt, uh,
I
piece of
don't remember
jewelry.
that. I
You
just
gotta go back and
remember
watch it.
never understanding the end of the movie and how he ended up spending the last of the money.
Well, we'll talk about that
I
on the
gotta go back
Brewster's
and watch it again.
Millions
Yeah.
podcast, I guess.
I guess we're
But
doing an episode so I can watch it.
yeah, big year for Candy.
Yeah.
Uh, his nemesis in the movie. is also having a pretty big year. I'm talking about Richard Crenna playing Al Pellet.
How is Colonel Sam Troutman this lunatic guy? How is
So
it possible?
Crenna is the chief villain of this movie, comedic villain, we should say.
Yes.
And the same year, he's reprising his role as Colonel Sam Troutman in Rambo: First Blood Part Two. And I have a hard time with that because I love Troutman. He's
Yeah.
he's he's the mentor father figure that all action heroes should have, and he's such a jerk in this movie.
Oh my God. The opening scene with him in the restaurant when he keeps hitting his wife on the arm.
Oh
Like
yes,
I would pick up whatever was handy and smack him over the head with it.
yeah, and we're talking about like that when someone that obnoxious person that's like that does like the playful shove,
Yeah.
at someone like, oh, you get it, come on, oh, that's funny, like
Yeah.
that put, and you're
No.
like, this poor woman, yeah, he's telling, he looks over his buddy, they're at this very upscale fancy seafood place. He's like, hey, no
Hmm.
arguments, this dinner is on you.
Yeah.
He's that guy that laughs at his own jokes, but he's also very entitled. He's like a legend around town. He's got his own
Hmm.
table at this place. He's won the regatta 7 years in a row with his boat, the Incisor. I, are
What a
you?
horrible name of a boat, too. Like,
Well, it's a sharp tooth that cuts the
yeah, but
waves. Maybe I don't
uh,
know. I don't know anything about sailing. Like these regattas. Like he's got a crew of
mhm.
like 7 or 8 people, and they're all dressed in uniform. He's even yelling at everybody.
Yeah, he's acting like he's in like the America's Cup. And
Is anyone like are they working for him? Or are these just buddies? Like I don't understand it. Like
I thought I paid close attention because I was concerned that maybe it was his family and he was like being abusive to
okay.
them on the boat. But no, I think this is a crew that he
It's
hired.
a
Like
crew that
you hire a
yeah.
crew for the America's Cup.
So you're saying
Um,
I mean he's wealthy. He owns half the
yeah.
town and he's just hiring
He
people.
got he got a
It's like
bunch of young kids from the sailing club
yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
that he can boss around and
Yeah, tuck in that shirt, Floyd. You want to look like a winner? You got to dress like a winner. It's like you're sailing, dude.
like
Uh,
it's just a fun summer regatta.
I
Come
there's
on.
something I want to go back to that lobster scene or the restaurant scene here when we talk about some scenes. I want to readdress that. But you're right. The dude's a jerk, and it's hard
Oh,
it's hard to say that about Richard Crenna
I
because he's Troutman.
know.
Yeah, but hats off to him. He is a wonderful
He is a
villain in this.
spectacular, slimy
Yeah,
yacht club. Just ugh.
you just want to punch this guy in the face.
Yes.
You know. I'll tell you who you don't want to punch in the face. Rip Torn playing Scully.
Okay, I got tired of the pirate voice thing.
Did you?
I wanted him to like just talk in your normal voice. It just got obnoxious after a while.
Okay, so I get what you're saying, but I feel like he's he's putting on the show, right? For like the families that show up at the restaurant at the
Hmm.
Barnacle. But then there's a couple scenes where it's like when him and John Candy are just out sailing in moonlight, getting drunk. He's
Yes.
got he's got a little bit of just hey, I'm just being a normal guy here, and then
Yeah, he tones it
and
down a
during the
little.
in the regatta when it looks like they're losing it, there's nothing else they can do. He's hey
Hmm.
Jack, you've done beautifully, but this little gal, she's got nothing else for you.
Yeah.
But to your point, he's like when he's arguing with Angus, he
Yeah.
does he definitely dials up the pirate vibe, and he's
Yes.
clearly he's dressed like a pirate the entire time. But
Yes.
I always forget that this is Rip Torn because he's a little younger.
Yes, because like
He's
I always think
he's
of the way he looked on the Gary Shandling show.
okay. Well, yeah. See, like that or Men in Black.
Yeah.
That's I always think Rip Torn when clearly we should be thinking Rip Torn and the Beastmaster, where he's just a
Yes.
psychopath.
See,
Or
if I had thought of that, I keep forgetting he was in Beastmaster. If I had thought of that, I would have felt much better about this.
yeah. Well, let's not forget Dodgeball, a true underdog story. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Patches O'Houlihan. Uh, I don't know. He's fun, but it's just weird to
Yes.
see a younger. I say younger, not young, but a younger Rip Torn.
Hmm.
Who's a little more
He was
trim.
born looking like 50 years old, though.
Yeah, that's true. Like there's, like yeah. I mean, he's because he's got like the salt and pepper beard in this, and this is
Hmm.
1985. So, uh, a lot of fun though. A lot of fun. I think him and Candy play well
Yes.
off one another for sure. I want to talk about Carrie Green. She's playing John Candy's oldest daughter.
I thought she was so cool when I was 10 years old.
I was gonna say this is what 10-year-old girls want to look like in 1985, right?
Yep.
She's dressed cool. She's got the headphones. So let's talk about Carrie Green. In 1984, she tells her parents that she doesn't want to go to summer camp so that she can instead go to New York City and go on some movie auditions. Good choice, Carrie, because
Yes.
she gets discovered by Steven Spielberg, who casts her as Andy in The Goonies, which is one of the biggest movies in 1985. And the same year, she's playing John Candy's daughter. So Candy's got 3 movies this year. Richard Crenna has 2 big movies this year, and Carrie Green has 2 big movies this year as well.
Yeah.
But here's the weird thing: like, I like when you look at Carrie Green in 1985, like she is like the blueprint for America's sweetheart. Like you just assume that in 5 years she's going to be America's sweetheart, and she's gonna have like the Sandra Bullock roles and the Meg Ryan roles, right?
Hmm.
She's gonna be like the rom com queen. However, after 1985, a year later, she does what I feel is probably her best acting in the 1986 film Lucas,
Oh,
which
yeah.
we covered on our limited series 1986.
Masterpiece.
Yeah, go back and check out Lucas, our Lucas episode. Well, go back and check out Lucas, but also go back and
Yeah.
check out our Lucas episode. And then a year later, after she does another movie with Charlie Sheen in '87, and then she quits acting to attend college. She goes to Vassar, and you know, enter the 1990s. She gets married and never looks back. She's popped up on some TV and a couple
Hmm.
TV movies here and there, but here's the surprising thing for you. Happily married, has a couple kids. Do you know who she's married to?
No,
Actor John C. McKinley.
you're kidding me.
Oliver Stone favorite, John C. McKinley. I always love him in Point Break, when he's like, Special Agent Utah.
Yes.
Yeah. And Scrubs, I can't remember his name on Scrubs. The doctor that was always the hard case,
Oh,
giving him a
I
hard
never
time.
watched it, but
Uh, she's married to John C. McKinley.
he's awesome. What a
That's
great
awesome.
choice.
Yeah. Tell you also awesome. Her headphones. I know you had to pick up immediately on the fact that she's listening to Harold Faltermeyer's Axel F theme from
Yes.
Beverly Hills Cop.
And then she's listening to Footloose in the movie
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah. Paramount. This is smart. Like, think about this. This is a
Hmm.
Paramount movie, and they are plugging Paramount movies throughout the entire thing. We're going
Well,
to get
and
into
did you
that a little
see
bit later.
every poster in the movie
Oh
theater?
yeah. Don't put a pin in that. We're going to talk
Okay.
about that. We're leading
Okay.
up to that. But this is just smart. You know what? I'm going to put a pin in it myself. I'm going to hold off. Just hold that
Okay.
thought. Let's talk about another Chester child. Very young Joey Lawrence playing Bobby.
He was so
Uh,
cute. With this
well, this is
little
like this. It's
full
the '80s.
haircut.
Like, yeah, in the 1980s, every kid had to have that haircut. I Shout out to my parents who chose not to give me that
I was gonna
haircut
say, not in our
at any
house.
not in our house. Thank you, mom and dad. Uh, Joey Lawrence, best known for the TV show Melissa and Joey, where I never saw it, but Amber, I guess he's playing Joey. He's playing himself.
Oh.
Okay, I mean it's
I
the thing
saw
that
him
he
in a crummy horror movie
really.
in like
Wait, child actor
2002.
Joey or oh
Yeah.
no,
Well,
adult
no,
Joey.
as an adult. Like it
Okay,
was
adult
like
Joey
in
Lawrence.
2002 or something.
Okay.
Um, and that's like the only other thing I remember him from.
Well, here's the other thing too. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but when you look at some of the most popular television shows from the '80s, the sitcoms, he is in Silver Spoons. He's in Different Strokes, and his breakout role, arguably, on Gimme a Break with Nell Carter.
Yeah.
All 3 shows, he plays a kid named Joey. I don't know. He's fun here. He's adorable. He's doing typical
He will
little
not
kid
answer
stuff.
to anything else.
I guess maybe that's I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Uh,
But yeah, he's great in this.
he's fun. I'll tell you who's not fun. There's one more actor I want to, one more person I want to talk about before we take a break. John Larroquette as Don Moore,
What?
or
I
shall or
love
shall
John Larroquette.
or shall we call him by his real name, Homewrecker?
He is not.
Oh, well, you okay? Hold on. Okay, let's just you talked about you're talking. Okay, we're gonna get into this. So let's just. I know I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, but yeah, it's not a memorable scene, or it's not definitely not the pivotal moment, unless you're.
No, no.
But so John Candy, he's had the boat accident. He's in the air cast. It's raining. He just wants to stay at home, watch golf. So his wife takes the kids. They go to the movies. All right, and she has forgotten her wallet. She's pulling out all this crap out of her
All
purse
the
and
mom stuff out of the purse, but
pulling all the
no
mom
wa
stuff, and the
no
kids are like,
wallet.
"Oh, mom, what are you doing?" And from behind her, there's smarmy John Larroquette and his
He
teenage
is.
son. Well, hold on, let me get there. And he says he leans for like through him and like with an Andrew Jackson. He's like, oh, you know what? Just here, let me pay. Let me take care of this. And she's like, oh, I can't. You can't do that. And he's like, no, please, I don't mind. Happy to. So here's the thing, Amber. If I'm John Larroquette, well, I'm not John Larroquette. I don't want to be. But if I'm Don Moore, okay,
See, here's
here.
the problem. You haven't watched The West Wing yet, so you haven't
Oh,
seen him do the best cameo ever.
okay, well then in that well,
So
I've
you
seen him
don't
on
love
Night
him
Court.
like I love him.
Okay, but so you have a bias right now. But
Yes.
let me state my case here. Let me argue this here
Okay.
with
All
you.
right.
On the surface, he is there with his teenage son. It's an act of kindness. He's a single parent, and he knows like this woman does not want to let her kids down. I can do a nice thing, an act of kindness, and fine, that's good. If that's where it ends. But a day later, he is inviting them out on his boat, and they're hanging out, and then you're like, what's going on with this guy? You know? And then later at the regatta, he's watching the family dog and he's sitting there with his son. And I'm like, you don't let's call it what it is. John Candy's wife, played by Karen Austin. She's, I mean, let's be honest, she's
She's
attractive.
smoking hot.
She is smoking hot. This is maybe I think John Candy maybe started the whole, hey, I'm a big guy, I'm funny, and I'm gonna have a hot wife who's way out of my league kind of a
Oh, whoa.
trope.
Hold it. Pump the brakes there, pal.
Did he not start it?
I would choose John Candy all day, every day. Like,
Well, no, no, no. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying
she's not
like
out of his league.
when you think of like King of Queens and like all these movies and these TV shows where you've got the funny guy, the big funny guy, or
Mm-hmm.
like not even like think like Jim Belushi, like you tell me he's gonna get Courtney Thorne Smith, and according to Jim, no, no, he's not. It's not. It ain't happening. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I'm getting off the rails here.
I know we're
Back
tangenting, but
back to Don.
focus. Here,
Okay.
here's the point. I think when he paid for the
Okay.
tickets,
Yeah.
he's single, he's divorced, he sees
Yep.
this woman. Maybe she's single, who knows? He does a nice thing. Maybe you get a date out of it. Maybe you just make a friend out of it. And John Candy could have gone with them at any time. And he was being all maudlin and didn't want to go. And she kept trying to get him to go.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I'm just going to stay at home. And that was his choice. He was 100% invited every time.
True. But
Plus,
Don
also,
Moore.
lest we forget, he was at home with the neighbor holding her
Oh,
boobies up for him
hold on,
to
hold on,
assess.
hold on. Stay back.
So,
Stay
of
up.
the two
Stay.
of them,
Hold on. Stay on the rails here. We almost went off before with the big guy hot wife thing. Let's get back. Here's the thing, Amber. You have walked right into my trap
oh
because
dear.
because here is the truth about
Oh,
Don Moore, played by John Larroquette. There was a subplot involving Larroquette stealing Candy's wife and them having like a romantic thing, and test audiences hated it, so Carl Reiner cut it out
well,
because they
thank
did not like John
goodness.
Lark. They didn't like him.
Well, not if
So
he's gonna be stealing John Candy's wife
yeah,
away. Heck
but
no.
okay. So when you watch, I mean, this movie's like 85 minutes long. And when you watch it, it's like, oh, here's a nice guy doing a nice thing, and then oh wait, this guy just is wanting to invite him out on the boat. Like, hey, lady, why don't you put on your bathing suit and come sailing and get on my boat here, and
with
let's have
her
fun.
children.
Okay, that's fine, but they gotta swim and not pay attention to what Don Moore is up to.
Oh my
And
heavens.
meanwhile, in the full cut, like we're never gonna see the Reiner cut where we get this subplot, but originally there was some more scenes at home before they go on vacation that kind of show why this family's dysfunctional and why John Candy's overworked and stressed. And it kind of create like it kind of adds to like the rift like they start having, because like the movie kind of takes
See,
a
and
weird
I
turn.
think this movie is perfect the way it is.
It
I think
is,
all of that is a bunch of mess.
yeah, but at
And
the same
it
time, you're
makes
like, hey,
other
dude,
movies that do the same thing like cliche.
yeah, but I'm just saying, like back to Don Moore, it's just weird. Like, okay, hey, oh, do you need me to show up and watch your dog while you jump on the boat and go sailing and take pictures? Sure. Like, you're like something's not right with Don Moore. I've always thought that. Child Jeff thought it. Didn't care for this guy. He was always suspect. And now doing the research for this pod, I find out that he was trying to steal Candy's wife. So there it
Well,
is.
I like the world that I'm living in where he was just
Well,
a nice guy.
well, okay. Let's stick with him. Let's turn the conversation about Don Moore in a positive light. I want to talk about the movie theater. You started talking about the film posters. I said let's put a pin in it. So here we
Okay.
are. We see posters in this lobby for Uncommon Valor, Footloose, Top Secret, Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, which happens to star my friend Tiffany Helm, who spoke with us about Friday the 13th Part 5 last year. Go back and check out that episode. And then lastly, an Amber Lewis favorite, Dragon Slayer. So,
Yes.
Amber, my question is, what are Larroquette and his teenage son Greg, going to see? What were they on their way to see? And what was the Chester family? What were they going to see? And ultimately, it seems like they all are going to go see the same movie. So from that lineup, I mean, there's only a couple options, right? You can't take the kids to see Friday the 13th 5. I dare say that the Chester family, the kids weren't going to go see Uncommon Valor starring Gene Hackman, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Maybe Larroquette was taking his son to see that one.
that could
Maybe
be.
it's got to be Dragon Slayer, right?
I don't know. I thought it was Footloose
Okay, I guess
because they
okay.
were listening to the music and
Okay, so make the argument for Footloose. Is it young hot mom and the teenage daughter want to see Footloose because it's Footloose,
well, and
and
yeah,
like
this
the
is
other like the toddler child, and then who we're gonna get to in a second, and then Bobby, Joey Lawrence, like they're just happy to go to a movie. They don't care.
yes, like this is the kind of situation that we were in my family in the 80s where we saw a bunch of stuff when we were really too young to understand it. We
Yeah,
watched Footloose. I didn't get half of what was going on, but people were dancing and the music was good. And
I think here's my thought. I don't think Larroquette and his son were planning to go see Footloose. I'm thinking they're seeing Dragon Slayer or they're seeing Uncommon Valor, and then
hmm
he's just gonna zag. He's about no, hey son, we're gonna go see. Shut up. We're
yeah.
gonna go see this. I want this chick's hot. Look, she's got a teenage daughter. She's wearing headphones
I
too. Like
don't
you
think
guys
he
can.
even needed to say anything because the he and Carrie Green like just kind of went off together.
Yeah,
So
I don't know. I don't know. I think Bobby is like 10 minutes into Footloose. He's like, Mom, they don't want what He's being a turd. And meanwhile, there's a movie in the next, like the theater next door. You can hear Dragon Slayer, and he knows that there's dragons, and
he's a clever one. So he probably said he had to go to the bathroom
he
and
sneaks
then
out.
snuck out and went into Dragon Slayer. And the toddler like fell asleep, so it doesn't even matter.
All right. Well, Amber, you are taking Liam the child into the movie theater. These are the movies. Are you and Larroquette and he's behind you. He's about to pay for your tickets. What are you seeing? Like out of all these movies, what are you gonna see?
I mean, I was a terrible mother. I took Liam when he was like 4 to see Batman Begins.
Well, that's a
And I could not
superhero
figure
movie.
out.
Nothing
He
wrong.
was terrified. I called my brother. I'm like, I
It's
think I
good for
broke
him.
him. I thought it was like Batman. I didn't know. He was like,
Oh
yeah, this
no.
isn't like 89 Batman. But
Oh,
so, yeah,
were
I
you one of wait
probably,
were you one of those upset mothers like I bought the Happy Meal and like, this movie's this penguin's scared my child. He's trying to have sex with Michelle Pfeiffer. This is not Batman.
oh, no,
I
no,
didn't.
no, no, no.
Oh, you're like it's awesome.
Yeah, I just felt bad
Okay.
because he was scared. I was like, oh, mess
All right.
that
So
one up.
what movie are
But
you
so,
picking
yeah,
then?
I totally would have taken him to see Dragon Slayer because that's what I
Okay.
wanted to see. And then he'd have nightmares for a week.
Are you letting John Larroquette buy your tickets?
Yeah.
There's an implication there, Amber. All right. All right.
No, because she said, I will accept if you will allow us to pay you back.
It's 1985. They're on vacation out of state. Like there's no how you ever gonna. Oh, he knows. He's like, oh, give me your number. I got a boat. You get a bathing suit.
I'm single, though. My motivations are a lot different.
Okay, true, but I'm just
I've been
saying.
like, he's single, I'm single.
And Karen Austin in this movie, newsflash, she's only 28 years old, playing a mother of teenage Carrie Green. How's that for
Wow.
nonsense? Yeah.
She had her when she was like 13.
Well, when they're on the beach and like the guys are like whistling at them, and she's like, "Mom," it's like, yeah, it's your mom's hot.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I did laugh at her in that bikini. I was like, well done. You did not look like you had three children.
I saw, yeah, someone's doing their Pilates in the third trimester, I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about that stuff, but I do know this, Amber. We've got to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit about music. I want to talk about the background of this film. This one's got a pretty interesting background, how it all comes to be. We'll talk about that in a minute. Welcome back. We are discussing Carl Reiner's 1985 comedic classic, Summer Rental, starring John Candy. Interesting music here, Amber. And again, we've been talking about how this actor's got two big movies this summer. Like a handful of them are doing that. The composer, Alan Silvestri, is also having a pretty good year because he's composed the music for Summer Rental. He's also composed the music for Back to the Future.
Which is like the greatest music.
It is pretty iconic. It's pretty amazing. And this guy has got scores in two big movies.
I feel like
Oh,
he used all of his pixie dust on Back to the Future. And this music reminded me of the music from like a movie like Tootsie or Baby Boom or something where it's
no,
like kind of repetitive but pleasant.
it's kind of like, hey, I've got something extra here. I can throw something together for you.
Hmm.
You know, yeah. I'm gonna say this, and somewhere our scoring session expert Wayne Whited is gonna be activated. Like, come and get me. But
Right? Like a sleeper
this is
agent.
kind of a mundane Alan Silvestri film score. It's very forgettable. Like right now, I'm thinking right now. I watched this 24 hours ago.
Hmm.
I can't remember any of the music except for the very awesome Jimmy Buffett song "Turning Around."
Oh my gosh.
Am I wrong?
That song started and I was like, what? Whomst? Jimmy
I
Buffett?
I love Buffett. I completely
Yes.
forgot. Like when it started, I was like, "Huh, this sounds like it would have been a Jimmy Buffett song." And then you hear the voice, and I'm like, "Wait, is this a Jimmy Buffett song?" I'm like Google, like I'm watching the movie, and I'm Googling like
Yeah.
turning around. I put turning around Jimmy Buffett question mark, and then it
Uh-huh.
popped up Summer Rental. Like, and it's one of those songs like people love this Jimmy Buffett song. I guess, and I didn't do a whole lot of deep diving here, but
Hmm.
apparently it's not featured on any of his albums,
No, you can only hear it in the movie.
only in the movie. Because I did a little Wayne Whited action and found out that initially Alan Silvestri's score was released in like they only did like 150 copies or like something low,
Hmm.
something crazy. They sold out, or no, 150,000 or 100, I don't know. 50, who
It was a
cares
small
at this
amount.
point? So it was a small amount, thank you. It's 1985. They sold out, and then it was gone for a long time. And then they brought out, I guess the movie hit like an anniversary year,
Hmm.
and they brought out four different versions, like extended versions of the score. And like one album looked like the blue Whammo frisbee that gets under that girl's butt, and one was like
What a
the like a
gimmick.
yeah, one like each one had like a different, like one was like a reddish yellowish one was like a barnacle themed one. Like they did, like they had some fun with it, but
Hmm.
all of them were missing the Jimmy Buffett song "Turning Around." So
Oh
you
my
have to,
gosh.
if you want this song, you have to buy the movie or rent the
No,
movie
you
or
have to do like we did in the 80s where you hold your boombox
or
like
that.
up to the television.
You have to go to YouTube, play the song, and
Yeah.
then download it as an MP4 or an MP3 or whatever the hell. That's how you're gonna get it. But it's a great song. It is an absolutely
Yes.
great song. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett fans, they know that. And if you don't know Jimmy Buffett that much, you'd like this song. Moving on. This, like I said before the break, this movie, it comes together in a very unusual way. I want to hit you with some fun stuff here, Amber. So it's filmed in St. Pete Beach, Florida. Um, the town of Citrus Cove doesn't exist. That's a fictional town, I think, and they apparently the sign's still there, like on the bridge.
Oh, really?
It's like a yeah. How has a film geek not went down there and stolen that?
Right?
I, I'm not condoning that behavior, by the way. But if you happen to have it, please message me and we'll talk numbers. uh, Amber, I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Oh my
The
heavens.
film was inspired by a real life situation with producer Bernie Brillstein. This guy had rented a beach house. He comes home after dinner one night to find it packed with uninvited guests. And it was Brillstein's client who had, in fact, let them all inside. Now, as he's kicking everybody out, and if this sounds reminiscent, it's because they kind of made this scene happen in Summer Rental.
Yes.
As he's kicking everybody out, he's wondering where the hell this guy is that he allowed to stay with him.
Hmm.
He finds him sleeping in his bed in wet, sand-filled swimming trunks, just just like you see
Oh.
in the movie. Amber, do you know who that client was?
Bill
His
Murray?
close. His name was John Belushi.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
not surprised.
if you're gonna summer with John Belushi, you better not leave him home alone.
Seriously,
Because
you
yeah,
kind of have to expect that kind of
yeah.
shenanigans.
Now here, this fascinates me. The film was greenlit by new Paramount chief executive Ned Tannen. He realizes the studio's summer release schedule has one movie on it. Now think about that. Like every studio is like we gotta have to have our two big movies in June and two in July and two in August. Like
Yeah.
you gotta have a lot, right? They have one. Paramount has one movie on the slate for summer release, and that's Joe Dante's Explorers.
Which I love, but was not setting the world on fire.
Well, I love it too, but it's the only one because the planned releases of Clue and Young Sherlock Holmes had been delayed to the fall. So this guy Tannen reads the script for Summer Rental on a Friday in early 1985, and the film was put into production on the following Monday with Carl Reiner and John Candy already in place to direct and star.
Wow.
Is this guy the the king of movers and shakers? Like, I
I
mean, like,
mean,
hey,
I bet
it's
he's the
Friday, I'm gonna
king
go
of
home.
making a pitch. Like
He must be.
he
Uh,
would rule that studio and the player.
yeah, yeah. Go back and listen to our Robert Altman the Player episode, which I have some thoughts about that movie, and Amber has some different thoughts. Um, but yeah, they shoot this in 7 weeks from March to April of 1985, and then quickly release it in August. Think about how fast that's moving. That would never happen today. You couldn't do that today.
No, Clint Eastwood probably could.
Maybe Clint could do it.
We
Uh,
talked about how quickly he moves.
yeah, this was the first movie with such a short turnaround time to be released that year, and the second one that had a similar shooting schedule was one of my favorites, Commando, which uh, which came out in October of
Oh
that
my
year.
God.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, you just have Arnold blowing things up, so it's fine.
Yeah. Speaking of Arnold blowing things up, I kind of mentioned Jason and Dee once or twice or 16 times already. But listen, they just recently did a Commando versus Rambo 2 episode, which I had been dying to
Ooh.
listen to since I heard about it last year when they were pitching it.
Hmm.
Um, go check them out. Again, go check out our friends at the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast to listen to that episodes, I should say, because
Hmm.
they were just awesome. Absolutely awesome. John Candy and John Larroquette and Lois Hamilton, all three appeared together. This was not their first movie together. They had appeared together in Stripes in 1981. And you're saying Lois Hamilton.
Yeah.
What do you think of these? That's that's Lois
Oh.
Hamilton.
Oh.
Yeah, Ford model turned actress, famous model in the 70s. Um, has a very comedic, uh, albeit interesting role in this movie. As she's showing anyone that will pay attention long enough her new implants and getting their opinion on how real they look.
I love it
I
at the end when she asks the judge. It's like,
yeah her
he's a judge. Of
yeah
course he's
her
gonna be able to
her
tell.
giant hulking contractor husband is like really he's a judge. I listen. It's I think it's a fun joke that like they keep coming back to throughout the movie.
Yes.
It's kind of fun. Like,
Yes. I thought it was hilarious.
yeah, yeah. And it's one of
And
those
I
things like
usually don't like stuff like that, but you don't see her. You only ever see her from like the back. So
I can only imagine how many times the pause button was hit on this VHS copy with the male youth of America. Just is it there? Did I because you think like I think I saw something, but you didn't.
right? No.
Or did you? Did you? I'll never tell. Um, this film, Amber, finished in second place on its opening weekend, beating the other new comedy, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, which came in third place. So, any guesses as to what was first place? I
I'm
gave you I gave you a
terrible at
hint.
this.
I did give you a hint.
Was it Back to the Future?
It was Back to the Future, which held the number one spot for 6 straight weeks.
Yeah.
So
It's a
listen,
juggernaut.
if you're going to premiere your new comedy and you're going to lose to anybody, I think losing to Back to the Future is a
Right. It's
pretty.
fine.
That's fine. Yeah, your second place is fine when Back to the Future is first place. Let's talk about a couple scenes. We've already talked about a couple scenes, but I got a couple I'd like to talk about, and we'll figure out what the pivotal moment is for you and I. You mentioned the restaurant scene where Richard Crenna is just being a jerk to his wife. He's being obnoxious.
Yes.
Don't serve those. What are you doing? These are my lobsters. Your lobsters? Yeah, you got my table, but you're not getting my lobsters.
Oh, and this is your table?
My table.
Oh, I see.
This is your table.
And these are your lobsters.
You got it.
I suppose this is your wife?
Hmm?
Is this your tie?
Nope.
Is this your shirt?
Mm.
Is this your belt? Are these your shorts?
Tut, 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 tut. Hey, I have been driving all day long. We just get into town. I'm waiting out in line there for 2 hours, and you come in here.
These are my lobsters. So the scene, they've been waiting. First off, I don't care how good the restaurant is.
Right.
I
I'm
would
not waiting
not.
2 hours for anything.
I'm not. The line is around the block. They're waiting and waiting and waiting, and the lobster tank's getting fewer and fewer. Richard Crenna and his party of five come in and steal the table from John Candy's family, and then they take the lobsters, and we get this great exchange. My lobsters, my table. Oh, this is
Yeah.
your table.
And he has the audacity to say that because John Candy is just a summer renter, he feels entitled.
Yeah.
Like when he was the one that walked in without a reservation, stole his table, stole his lobsters.
I love the whole like Candy realizing that he's being defeated in the moment when
Hmm.
he's like, "Is this your shirt? Is this your
Yeah.
tie?" When he unzips his pants, he goes, "Are these your shorts?" And his wife's like, "Ow!" And he goes, he makes that noise
Hmm.
"Ta-ta-ta-ta-ta."
Yeah. Ugh. He's so gross to her.
He is, but I know I shouldn't laugh, but when that noise he makes to shush her, he could have went shh or shush or I'm
Yeah.
talking to her, but he does that ta 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 ta. It makes me laugh like an idiot every time I watch this. It's a fun scene though because this is where it begins for these guys. This is their first fight, and they're gonna trade blows throughout the movie until the big regatta race at
Hmm.
the end, right? Love that moment. We talked about Jimmy Buffett's turning around. It, any good '80s movie typically has a montage scene. So
Yes.
let's take an old broken down boat that's being used as a restaurant. Let's get it sea ready for the regatta, and all the while we're gonna hear Jimmy Buffett's turning around, which
And that for me, I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but that is the pivotal scene for me because it's the first time in the whole trip that they're all having the same vacation.
good call. I didn't even think about that. Amber, yeah, you might have just won me over to this being the pivotal moment. Um, because yeah, we've seen nothing but dysfunction the entire movie, and here the entire family's together. Their new friends, Scully and his crew of degenerates, or from the bar. Everyone's together. Everyone's working together. Yeah, I more believable. Is it more believable that a family like this that has no experience with carpentry, painting, repair, boat maintenance, can they build this boat, or can they restore this boat? Uh, is it more likely that they can restore this boat, or is it more likely that the nerds from Lambda 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 can basically remodel an entire house in Revenge of the Nerds? What do you think? Who wins this contest?
Well, I'm gonna go with the more wholesome choice and root for John Candy and his family.
All right, well, okay. I
I
mean,
think that boat wasn't quite as in as bad shape as they made out.
yeah, the Lambda Lambda
It
Lambda
just
house
needed
was
some cleaning up.
it was a shithole. Yeah, they
Yeah.
all right. But when you have a toddler, you don't put a paintbrush in a toddler's hand. Yeah, yeah, you
She
can
did a
paint.
good job.
Okay, you're just dragging this movie into the wholesomeness.
Yes. Well, and you keep talking about him as dysfunctional. I think John Candy, I love him as a father in this movie. Like,
No, well,
he
okay, so
goes out of his way to
he
bond with
does,
these kids.
he does,
Like,
but
he
it just
works
feels
hard.
it does feel a little weird there because in the middle of the movie, he's well, and I get it. He's injured. He wants to stay at home, and then he's not injured, but he wants to hang out with Scully and
Well,
drink at the
and
bar.
here's
And
something
meanwhile,
that's
she's off with
very
Don
subtle.
Moore. Yeah.
Well, here's something that's very subtle, but I like the way they do it. As a larger person myself, it is hard to be a large person on vacation at the beach. Like, it's just not an environment
Okay.
where you're comfortable. And
Okay.
he admits to being insecure. And the one time he went to the beach, it was, you know, shenanigans trying to
A
find his
little
wife
disastrous.
and,
Oh gosh.
play with his kid and the whole thing. So, that one setback of hurting his knee makes it so easy to be like, it's a struggle to do this anyway. Now I
You
have
don't
the
want to be
perfect
out like
excuse
the
to not
heat.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Who
Yeah.
would I wouldn't like that kind of cast. I would not want to be in like
Ew.
100-degree
No.
heat at the
With
beach. And
like
okay.
an inflatable plastic bag on your leg.
Yeah. Amber, I think you've won me over. I think the boat montage, the fix the boat montage scene,
Yes.
I think that's a pivotal moment and it's only for the reason that you give is that the family has come together and they're
Hmm.
all they're all having this. I love that phrase. They're all having the same vacation. Um, can I give you a runner up? Like I had my
Yes.
pivotal moment. I'm gonna call well now it's got to be the runner up after you gave that astute breakdown. I think we got to talk a little bit about Candy having a heart to heart with his daughter on the beach. I love that
Oh,
scene.
I love
Very,
that
very touching.
scene.
Now here's why I initially thought it was the pivotal moment. He's bonding. He's making some time for he's daddy daughter
Hmm.
time, and the dialogue. She's like, "How's the boat?"
Yes.
And he's like, "Well, you can't win them all." And she looks at him kind of. with these sad eyes, and she goes, "But wouldn't you like to win one? Wouldn't you, Dad?" And that dialogue is so telling that like the way she looks at her dad, like she sees that he's not a winner, is what kind of, and she not in a
He
cruel
allows
way.
himself to be defeated.
Yeah, it's not a cruel thing. She just knows like that my dad just he doesn't win. He's never won
Hmm.
one. And it's a little heartbreaking, but it's I think it's a great moment between those two characters. It's really good writing as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
And for me, I was like, it tells you a lot about who Jack Chester is and why he's this burned out, stressed out air traffic controller who neglected, and I'm talking about the overall, like, so the cut
Hmm.
scenes, but like, where he's probably neglected his family, he's probably neglected his marriage, hasn't
Hmm.
taken a trip since their honeymoon. I just love that moment. It's because when she shows up, like she kicks off the montage, she's like, "Hey, Dad, this could be the one," and
Hmm.
then crank up Jimmy Buffett. We're gonna build this. We're gonna fix this boat up.
Yep.
So, all right, Amber, let's take one more break, and then we'll come back. We'll start wrapping things up. All right, Lewis. This is the part where we always talk about the director. If you were not familiar, if someone's not familiar with Carl Reiner, what three films would you suggest they watch? Now, I'm gonna offer you something here. We can talk Carl Reiner, or
Hmm.
you can give me your favorite John Candy movies. Or how about a mix? You can do a mix. You can be like, hey, I'm going to call out this Carl Reiner movie. I'm going to call out this John Candy movie. You can mix and match. You can go all Candy. You can go all Reiner. Amber, what do you got? Someone watches Summer Rental and they're like, I love this director and I love this guy John Candy. What do you got for me? What can you tell me, Amber? What are you going with?
Well, I am going all Carl Reiner, but he did not.
Surprising.
Well, because I think just if John Candy's in it, just watch it. Because like I said, even if the movie isn't any good, he is amazing.
That's fair.
Um, but so Carl Reiner, this is where I kind of fudged a little bit. He hasn't directed a ton of movies. And
Like what,
so my
20, I think maybe?
yeah. So my first choice, the only thing he didn't do was direct. He created, he wrote, and co-starred in the Dick Van Dyke Show. And that show, it's on Amazon Prime, and it is just as much of a delight as it was when it first aired. Like, I love that show so much.
You they can hear us. They can't see us. But if they could see us, they'd see me shaking my head because even when I give you the opportunity to break the rule, you find a way to break it in a different way.
And still be
But
right.
oh Jesus! All right, all right. So the Dick Carl Reiner's work on the Dick Van Dyke Show. That's one.
Yes.
What else you got?
Um, I worship Steve Martin. I love every single thing he's ever done. And Carl Reiner directed one of my favorites, All of Me, with Steve Martin and Lily
Lily
Tomlin.
Tomlin. All right, we agree
And
here. We agree here. That's of the four Steve Martin collaborations that Reiner did.
mhm,
This is my favorite. All of Me is on my list.
I don't know. I love
I
The
would
Jerk
recommend.
a whole great big bunch, but
Yeah,
All of Me is the
but
one that
All of
I'm
Me's
picking.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you got for the third one?
Summer School. I quote that
Thank
movie
you.
like once a week.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll play by the rules, and I'm gonna say the jerk because it's just
It's so good. Oh
it's
my
how do
gosh.
you? I mean, how do you think about Steve Martin and don't immediately see him in that stupid white uniform and that hat, I'm gonna tell people if you like Reiner's Summer Rental, check out The Jerk. Definitely check out All of Me, and you have to check out my all-time favorite Carl Reiner film, which is Summer School.
Yeah.
We did, like I
It's
said,
his best.
it is. It's absolutely his best. It's his best.
Uh,
Amber, we recommend seeing Summer Rental though, right?
oh, absolutely for sure. I even um it's not streaming anywhere, but you can rent it on Prime, but it's renting for 3.99 and you can buy it for 4.99. And
Or
I did not hesitate to buy a copy because it's that good.
or you can buy the Blu-ray for like $10,
Oh, it's
and it
on
has
Blu-ray.
it is, and it has an audio commentary. Um,
With who?
well, no disrespect to the guy. It's one of those because I got excited. I was like, wait, a Carl Reiner audio or John Candy?
Right?
Like I got super like I would have taken a Joey Lawrence audio commentary, but
Seriously.
we got you get a it's a film historian, someone something.
What? Leonard
I
Maltin? Somebody really
no
famous?
it's not. Yeah, I mean it's not like a film like not a film critic that you would know.
Yeah.
Like if I was like, oh, I got lit I lit up. I was like, oh, audio commentary,
Yeah.
and I clicked on. I was like, audio commentary featuring film historian John Smith. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm making that up, but
Whoever.
I was like, who?
Yeah.
But I thought I'm gonna check it out. Next time I want to watch Summer Rental, I'm gonna the Blu-ray didn't arrive in time
Hmm.
to help me to let me watch it before we did this pod, but I was like, I'm still gonna watch it. Yeah, it's worth the watch. It's worth checking out if you've never seen it.
Yeah.
It's worth owning. Amber is the voice of reason when she says there's no such thing as a bad John Candy
No,
movie. So
not at all.
get all the candy you can get. Listeners, what do you think of Carl Reiner's Summer Rental? Have you seen this one? Is it one of your favorite John Candy films? You can let us know on social media. You'll find us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can check out afilmbypodcast.com for all of our episodes streaming free, except for the exclusive stuff on Patreon, Amber, which we'll get to in just a minute here. You can write to us at afilmbypodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and concerns. We might just read that response on the show, and if we do, we will definitely send you some A Film By swag. Top of the hour, Amber. We did mention several of us here at A Film By are heading off on our own family vacations this summer. So next week we'll be running our first Carl Reiner episode. We talked about his 1987 film Summer School, which Amber and I just told you is his best. So definitely check that out. And then we will take you back to season one, where Brad and I covered one of my favorite summer movies, Joel Schumacher's Falling Down. Our ongoing Star Trek series, Phaser Set to Stun, will welcome one of you, the listeners, onto the bridge on the next episode. Jason Coslet will beam aboard to discuss Star Trek Into Darkness with our crew. And our Patreon subscribers just got access to our latest 10 for 2 episode about No Country for Old Men. Well, we've got two more exclusive episodes dropping this month. We'll do a staff picks episode with David Burns. Amber, I absolutely loved your staff picks episode. That was so much fun. So I
It
can't
was
wait.
a great time.
Can't wait. I can't wait for you to see. Like I kind of got an idea of what Dave's picking for his five, and man, that's gonna be a fun
Oh, I
conversation.
can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. And then our limited series, A Film at 50, is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws. You are only going to find this on the Patreon, Amber. So head over to www.patreon.com/a film by podcast. You can sign up for as little as $3 a month, or you can try a 7-day free trial. You can get in there if you're tech savvy. You can get in there. You can just download all of them and get right out. I might not even know you were there. We'll
Yeah,
see. Amber, is that enough to keep everyone entertained until we come back in July? Do you think?
I think so. There's a
Okay.
plethora
Yeah.
of good things.
Patreon every week, every Saturday. You got something.
Yep.
We got phasers is still phasing. We got some fun classic episodes. We'll throw at you. Yeah. So
Yep. It's gonna be a
we
good
got
time.
yeah. You want to go lay out by the pool or by the beach? We got something for you to stream. Until then, all of you listening to the show, following us on social media, and subscribing to our Patreon, we thank you and we hope you are going to have an awesome summer.